First thing we want to talk about, and today I got a lot of news pertaining to AI because my profound, complicated relationship with AI deepened even more. And just to be transparent before this video starts, I don't hate everything moving that's AI. I just hate when people try and use AI to replace people instead of hiring qualified niggas, because I'm under NDA, so I can't say. But I did a studio visit to an advertising agency, like the part of it that creates the videos and whatnot. And I remember, because I've done studio visits at several other agencies, excuse me, that have talked about their process in terms of advertising. But this last studio I went to, and like I talked about it with the other people I went there with, and we were all equally uncomfortable with how much they were saying AI this, AI that, AI this, AI that. Because the thing about AI when it comes to replacing people's jobs is I don't think a lot of people really realize that it's a matter of convenience that replaces people's jobs without you noticing. So here's an example I'll give. A studio that I went to said that they use AI to come up with concept art to make it like streamline the process of being able to make a model, a character for a commercial they was doing way easier. And in that conversation, I noticed the nigga never said we have concept artists, because if you have a concept artist, you would never use AI to make concept art. Message. Another thing I noticed is there was a point where the dude was talking about coding, and they said we don't have any coders on hand, so we just had somebody that was new to coding use AI to code the thing for them. I'm like, nigga, do you not realize what you just said? Instead of hiring a coder, ChatGPT code this for me. They have a term for that, vibe coding. The reason why that's called vibe coding is because you're not coding off of knowledge. You're coding off of, hey, this feels like it'll work. I get the vibe that this could work, so fuck it, let's throw it in. So when it comes to this AI shit, like, don't get me wrong, if we just talk about being able to look up shit on Perplexity, and like if you need reminders for information and stuff like that, cool. But if you use an AI in place of hiring an artist, hiring coders and stuff like that, like, nah. If we talk about using AI to debug code and check for mistakes faster than you could, and use it as like a clanker set of eyes after passing it along to another human, and just using the AI as like a final pass through to make sure that if there's any mistakes that your actual QA coding QA type of team didn't catch, that it catches, okay, that's cool as a pass through. Still let humans look at it, because there's certain shit that it's not going to catch, or that it may incorrectly catch. Like I said, if you're just using it for stupid shit like, oh, what's the name of that one cartoon I used to watch? The cartoon with such and such and such and such. Okay, goofy shit like that, I'm fine with. But if you're using that bitch to generate AI art for like your fucking, I don't know, for a YouTube thumbnail, and lieu of learning how to photo edit or hiring an artist, then no, nigga, fuck you. But PlayStation CEO says AI is a powerful tool to make PlayStation the best place to play. Now, I'm 50-50 on this title because I haven't checked out this article yet, but when it comes to AI, I've always said it's a tool. It's not the solution. A lot of people treat AI like it's... Alright, let me put it like this. PlayStation saying they're using AI isn't necessarily a red flag, because they're calling it a tool. The thing I always say about it is AI isn't the devil, just like, for example, guns isn't the devil. Yeah, I know guns don't shoot people, people shoot people, people have problems with that. But my overall point is, you can use a hammer to help you build a house, but a hammer isn't going to build a house for you. Most of these niggas using AI expect the hammer to build the house for them instead of aiding them in the process of building the house. It helps you build the house. It does not build the house for you. You do not use a screwdriver to build a computer for you. It aids you in building the computer. You still have to know what components you get. You still have to push that GPU in until it clicks. The screwdriver's not going to jump up and put the thermal paste on the goddamn CPU for you. It's not going to plug them little tiny ass LED cords in for you. It's not going to do none of that shit. When it's time to screw down the PSU in place, that's what the screwdriver does. It screws down the screw so the PSU stays in place. But is it going to properly make sure that you don't scratch your tubes out? Is it going to make sure that you don't have your hard drive loosely hanging around so that anytime you have to move your computer, your shit is going all against the bottom of the computer because your dumb ass didn't put it in a rack? No. But when you need to screw down a screw, oh, the screwdriver got you. All day, every day. Sony Interactive Entertainment, PlayStation CEO, a decade, blah, blah, blah. It's called AI, blah, blah, blah. Despite evidence from various entertainment industries showing that the use of generative AI and related technologies has led to layoffs, says human creativity must remain at the center. Again, I'd have to actually be there on a day-to-day basis to say if this is actually true. Because you can say anything, and always remember, shitty AI right now is at the worst it'll ever be. While adding that AI is a powerful tool, but not a replacement for artists or creators, sounds good. What does that actually mean? Because like I said, it could be a situation where you're saying, oh, it's not replacing anybody, but you don't realize that you need that type of person on your team, and instead of hiring them, KKPK, draw me a picture. He instead called it an amplifier for human imagination. No, the fuck it's not. See, that's how I know you're using it. The way I know that, like I said, they're using it behind the scenes to replace people. All right, again, AI replacing people isn't straight up just somebody working as a concept artist and you fire them because you can use AI. It's using AI to do that job and never hiring them in the first place. I'm dropping gems on you niggas, pay attention. And again, that's why I said I'd have to be there on the day-to-day. Sony Pictures Movies has invested more than $50 million in AI across production planning. Ooh. Yeah, intergalactic to stellar, blah, blah, blah. If Neil Druckmann don't say, hey, I'm gonna clap your fucking position, nigga, I'm gonna hang you by your fucking feet and beat you with a baseball bat for 10 hours if I catch you using AI, the Heretic Prophet's gotta have a bunch of AI slop. Sony's video arm is collaborating with Elden Ring publisher Bandai Namco to research how generative AI can help creators in video production. So again, I don't need to read anymore. The Heretic Prophet is probably gonna have some AI slop in it. Get the fuck out of here! Google's AI search results will now turn to Reddit for expert advice. This is another reason why I said when it comes to those AI overviews, the best thing therefore is just pulling sources. Because if you like, alright, the thing that AI is good for is pulling up a list of sources. It's not good at telling you what those sources actually said. It's good at giving you a list of sources and basically being faster Google. Because with Google back in the day, so to speak, whenever you Google something, you would actually have to crawl through each and every web page by yourself. All AI does is pull those web pages and put them in a cute little interface or a little chart or whatever that makes it quicker to crawl through. Via a new section that can appear in AI responses, Google will display a preview of perspectives from public online discussions. Oh my god, no. Niggas already don't think for themselves. Now Google's gonna give you an overview telling you what to think. One thing I've been saying for like the past couple years is that when it comes to all this AI shit, not even AI shit, just the internet in general, the upside to it is the passage of information is faster than ever, but the downside of it is just because you pass along information, that doesn't mean people are actually using the information to fuel their own creativity and whatnot. One example of this that's like a silly example that's easy to look at is video games. How many people you know buy a new game that's an RPG or has something with builds or something like that? Or for example, Invincible Versus, they'll buy a fighting game and then they'll look up what's the best lineup in the game. Why don't you experiment with the different characters, learn the basics, and learn what playstyle you gravitate towards and what characters fit in that playstyle instead of trying to force yourself to play in the most optimal playstyle? Because the thing about the most optimal playstyle is that most of you will never benefit from playing the most optimal playstyle because you niggas is not going to 2K League, you're not going to Madden League, you're not going to FIFA League. A couple of them bitches don't even exist anymore. You're not finna be pro in Call of Duty, and if you do, you gonna realize that shit sucks because none of them niggas get paid. Like, you're damn sure not going to fucking Evo, and if you do, your ass is drowning in the motherfucking pools. So people do all this shit to look up the best build and shit like that, and don't learn how to play the games for themselves, learn uniqueness, none of that for themselves. And then what do you do? Especially when you learn all that best build shit and you still fucking lose. It's like, dog, what did you do all that research for? You went to ChatGPT and told ChatGPT what's the best build for NBA 2K online, just to still get your shit spanked even with the Zens plugged in. Like, what do you be doing all this shit for? I don't get it. AI, not even AI, just the passage of information. It's a good thing for people who genuinely know how to deal with high volumes of information, but it's a downside for people who just like to use it to not think. Expert advice: do not overexpose. Oh wait. A preview of perspectives from the social media and other first-hand sources, and the sample screenshot the company provided. The section was called expert advice. A clanker will never be an expert on anything other than the experience of being a fucking clanker. And you don't have a soul, so you don't have an experience, bitch nigga. Actually, bitch nigga implies that you have an experience, bitch clanker. And includes quotes from forums, WordPress blogs, and Reddit. These were arranged above links to their respective sources, blah blah blah. Okay, do not overexpose, especially the green auroras can vary in intensity over a short period. What's the question? What question was asked to this? Okay, are you planning to use a DSLR, blah blah blah. Okay, are you planning to use a DSLR/mirrorless camera or a smartphone for your shoot? I can give you more specific gear checklist based on what you're bringing. See, that's another thing too. Another thing that the passage of information messes with is the idea of limitations. Because anybody who knows anything about art is limitations breed creativity. The most creative practices in any medium, whether it be art, coding, I don't know, being a firefighter or whatever, usually the way those things was discovered was because they didn't have the technology to do it for them, so they had to figure out clever ways to do it themselves. A lot of this AI shit where niggas could just look up a checklist of stuff really stifles a lot of people's creativity, because like I said, niggas just go, ChatGPT, please give me the answers, and they don't exercise their critical thinking muscles and think for their fucking selves. And I can't blame that entirely on AI, because there's a lot of other factors that go around that, but the conversation is AI right now, so that's why I'm saying AI in specific. Because I'm not saying that everybody has to come up with the next sliced bread idea, but like, god damn, bro, niggas not even trying to innovate on what they're currently working on, or even just come up with their unique perspective. Niggas just want the perspective that's gonna get them the win. Sometimes you're not gonna get the perspective that you think is gonna help you win, and then you're gonna win off of it. Like, sometimes you gotta give shit a chance. You know how many rappers drop a song that they thought was gonna do shit and it did crazy? Like, one example I can use is XXXTentacion's Look at Me defines the whole SoundCloud rap generation. That nigga hated that song, and he said that for most of his career. He said even when he dropped the fucking song, he hated it, and he think if he didn't go to jail, the shit wouldn't have blew up. So it's like, sometimes the shit you think ain't gonna do nothing is the thing that does something. But if you just, ChatGPT, what's the right thing to do? You're never gonna actually find the right thing. You're just gonna find somebody else's success. Message. Google will also start recommending in-depth articles at the end of AI responses for... If you give niggas the answer, they're not gonna read the article. This shit is making me mad the more I read it. But given the rapid progress of AI in general, overviews in AI mode have been pretty consistently iterated on Google. Yeah, and them shit's been trash. Chrome down. Oh, this one is more so of aware. If you are a professional AI hater and you don't want nothing AI based, nothing period on your computer, Google Chrome has been found to be downloading an AI file on your browser, and there is a way to uninstall it, but like the best way to get it the fuck off your computer completely forever is to uninstall Google Chrome from the research I've done. Because if you just set it to not up, if you have a version of Google Chrome before the update that does this, or any of the versions that do this on your computer, and you stop updates, you should be fine. But if you aren't in that situation, then uninstalling that feature, it sometimes just turns itself back on and reinstall. So the best way to deal with this, if you hate AI, stop using Google Chrome. I don't know if this affects mobile, but question mark. Oh, I thought my music stopped. Lawsuit claims Zuckerberg encouraged copyright infringement to train AI Meta. I wanted to bring this up because I've been telling y'all this for a very, very long time. Like, I don't know how many times I need to iterate it, how many times I need to say it, but when it comes to scientific advancements, majority of the time it's a case of ask for permission after you make the discovery, after you make the breakthrough. They already got AI, and I told y'all when it came to that TikTok AI shit, like, niggas was mad about that, but too little too late. You should have got mad when niggas first told you about this and smashed down on them niggas. Now they done had the freedom and leeway. Now they can ask you for forgiveness because they already got niggas hooked to fucking AI. Like when it comes to millennials, unless they're a millennial that strictly hates AI, them niggas is AI dick riders. So it's already too fucking late. But let's read what the lawsuit says. I'm not reading all that. The 5 publishers bringing a case to blah blah blah. McGraw-Hill is encouraged, while the writer is presumed innocent. Author Scott. This is what the plaintiffs are saying in the lawsuit, which can be found here. In their effort to win the AI arms race and build a functional generative AI model, defendants of Meta and Zuckerberg followed the well-known model: move fast and break things. The better question is, can you do anything about it now? They first illegally torrented millions of copyrighted books and journals articles from notorious pirate sites and I like how they didn't note the sites. That don't really matter. Don't snitch on niggas that ain't do shit to you. And downloaded unauthorized web scrapes of virtually the entire internet. They then copied those stolen fruits many times over to train Meta's multi-billion dollar generative AI system. You can pretty much get the rest of the sentence. Mark Zuckerberg is at the center of the allegations. Meta, at Zuckerberg's direction, copied millions of books and blah blah blah. He told them niggas to do it. Shoulder shrug. I don't know what to tell you. I just wanted to show that to say, like, hey, this is what I said. And remember when I said earlier that when it comes to, because there's more to read about in this article. And the notable thing is, there's this game that came out recently called God damn it, I accidentally clicked that. There's a game that recently came out that's a gacha game called Neverness to Everness, and a lot of people were mad that it used AI. And one thing I want to say about it is not for this studio in particular. NTE, is this NetEase? No, NTE is for Neverness to Everness. I don't know who this is made by, but I'm assuming it's a NetEase or a NetEase-like company. And my thoughts on it is, you're just mad because you found out. That's all. These companies, they've been doing this shit. I said when Expedition 33 came out that this pattern of putting AI shit in the game and just hoping nobody noticed is gonna continue. But in the case of Expedition 33, I was like, in their case, I believe them when they say that they were innocent. They just tried it once and they didn't like it forever. Small companies doing the same shit. Like, they lost a sponsorship with one of the biggest content creators on the platform, that being Iron Mouse, because they didn't disclose properly that their shit had AI in it. Because they know, like I said, they're going to not tell you that they're vibe coding their shit. They're going to use AI in their shit simply because they don't want to put a big ass "do not play this game" sign on their game. They're going to lie about it more and more and more. And the sad part is, niggas going to play the games and not even know they're playing something they don't support. It's kind of like chocolate. Now hold on, I know this is going to sound tinfoil hatty, but this has been proven time and time again. A lot of you A lot of you niggas is okay with eating chocolate even though it's part of a modern day slavery ring, for the simple fact that y'all don't know how fucking evil the chocolate industry is, where they're paying niggas pennies on the dollar. They should be paying these niggas, let's say $15 an hour. They're paying these niggas 10 cents an hour to be out in the hot ass African sun all day, picking those cocoa beans off of those bushes, fucking slaving over this shit all day just to barely be able to afford food and shit. It's the same thing as with this AI shit. They just don't tell you about the evil shit they're doing, because then they will be, it's like branding, a big ass branding on the front of their shit. Hey, don't use this, don't eat this. And even with all that ethically sourced chocolate type shit, you know why people don't buy the ethically sourced chocolate? It's more expensive. That's what niggas care about at the end of the day. And I'm assuming, because it's a gacha, so 9 times out of 10, there's a free-to-play game. So those free-to-play gacha gamers, they're over there slobbing down this fucking game because they love any free game that charges them to pay the rest of the game. I know, it sounds fucking crazy, but that's what they love. Going further with it, reports say motherboard manufacturers are in crisis as builders aren't building new rigs as much anymore. This one, I kind of wanted to look and see if there's anything interesting in it before I hop on the game. A new report suggests motherboard manufacturers are in a bad state right now. It's almost like if niggas can't buy basic PC parts, they can't build a PC. As PC builders are disincentivized from building PCs. The report, because that shit is expensive. The report from Digitimes notes a collapse for many motherboard manufacturers, claiming it is worse than previous financial crises and the first year of COVID-19 pandemic. It notes that MSI, Gigabyte, and you know what? While I read this article, should I eat during this? Nah, I might as well eat after this because I'm not doing these clips right away. It notes that MSI, Gigabyte, and ASRock are all expected to see declines in 2026 in regard to motherboard sales. See decline, nigga, I'm pretty sure they're already seeing declines. The first elements of this collapse is the memory crisis. As AI, we have the summary on that. I'm pretty sure I can skip this paragraph. We all know. What do you think? No, bitch, get this shit out my fucking face. Hold on. No, bitch. Hesse or Jesse? That's either Hesse or Jesse. It depends. Martinez from custom PC company Power GPU recently affirmed the same thing, saying the same to me, arguing it's memory, it's storage, it's multiple things that are happening, and it's not just a few $100. Stuff is going up twice the price or 3 times the price. Yeah, it used to be like $100 to get like 2-3 gigabytes. To get like 36 gigabytes of RAM. Now it's like $300 to $400. Like, that's a crazy price increase over like a couple months for it to just go like just suddenly. That's fucking crazy. You priced a lot of people out of PCs even if you weren't trying to. Naturally, if the price of the components is stopping people from being able to upgrade, there's no point in buying a motherboard for the day it eventually goes back down. If the crisis lasts beyond 2027, one might assume they'd prefer to wait for the latest thing anyway. However, that's not the only factor in the crisis. Digitime notes that interest in NVIDIA's 50 series ladder graphics card is lower too. Yeah, because not only did they have a bad release where they were seen as glitchy, and they were like overheating and stuff like that. Like you said, niggas can't afford it. And if niggas can't afford to upgrade, they're gonna go, you know what? This 3060, it works well. It plays my games at fucking 1440, 60. Why do I need to upgrade? I got modern hardware, and I really want like more than modern hardware. But you know, there's nothing wrong with maybe lowering the graphics of some of my games and playing at 1080. I'll be fucking fine. At least I get to play the goddamn game. And what did I always say? When it comes to hard times, because of that fat fucking orange potato in office, when it comes to times of struggle, of financial turmoil, the first thing to go is always the entertainment budget. Message: if niggas have to choose between seeing the latest and greatest TV shows, playing the latest and greatest games, so on and so forth. If niggas have to choose between that, and do I get to eat some broccoli tomorrow so that my stomach doesn't collapse in and I'm rolling over the floor going, throwing up stomach bile? Niggas is not gonna choose to throw up stomach bile. Message. You niggas ever been so hungry that like you threw up? Like niggas who been through that don't like going through shit like that. And it take one time to go through some shit like that for you to go, you know what? I think I could cut off Netflix. You know what? I don't think I need Game Pass that damn bad. Do I really need to get more 2K VC, or do I need to get a bag of rice so I could put it with some of this chicken? I don't like it's but so many times I could break this shit down, but I know that not everybody watches every video, and some people need to hear this and they haven't heard it the first time, so I need to repeat myself. But it's like, it also hurts my head because I'm seeing evidence of this over and over again, and it feels like the general public is not learning from their mistakes. And it's like, it's but so much you can do, but they put out all these short form content and all this shit to numb people's minds. That's one of the reasons why I stopped making the very fast sped up videos, because it's already brain rot to put out short videos. I'm not trying to exacerbate it more, but that's a whole different topic for another time and place. This doesn't necessarily mean companies are in trouble though. Asus, yes the fuck it does. If you keep pricing people out of buying PCs, less people are going to buy PCs, and these AI data centers aren't going to have infinite money forever, so you're really going to have to crash the prices, which could fuck over everybody in the industry once you get to a certain point. Gigabyte and ASRock similarly are looking to make money from AI. Why am I not surprised? Though AI is arguably the biggest factor in the downturn of the motherboard. Yo, next door neighbors have a fire alarm and they genuinely don't put a battery in it, and that shit has been bugging me all day because I keep fucking hearing it. I'm ready to buy some batteries and go over to them niggas and give it to them and be like, hey, beat the stereotype for me. Though AI is arguably the biggest factor in the downturn of the motherboard market, it is also a money-making machine. For how long? Again, it's new, so them niggas have infinite money, but now niggas is scratching their head like, yo, what? I gave you $1 billion. Why don't I have 2 in my hand yet? Money-making machine responsible for NVIDIA being worth $5 million. This is just them giving links to their other articles, and I told you most of my thoughts as I was going through the article. So with that being said, we will delete Wednesday and we will boot up Mouse PI.